Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and believe me, today I guarantee we do not get duped by the Nether. Never mind. Yeah, we actually do get duped by the Nether. So what tour could we possibly be getting into today? Well, let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of the organic water. And this is something that I've kind of been waiting to do because I needed more of these sweetberry bushes. But we're going to be tossing some sweetberry bushes in. Let's go ahead and get that in, some dust, and then 2 stacks of wheat seeds. And voila, we have ourselves something very nice, which is inferium seeds. And we can use these inferium seeds to hopefully grow more inferium and thus make more and more inferium. Inferium. Yeah, in theory. So, with all that said, I just basically have to let that grow. That is just basically a stage that I needed to get through. Also, prosperity seeds, or prosperity, are they prosperity seeds? Shards. We already have those, so I can go ahead and get that quest. And plus, the more quests we complete, the more of these tokens or C-Bucks we're going to get, which is kind of nice. I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me or been commenting down below saying, why haven't you bought the Sea Glide? Why haven't you bought blah, blah, blah? There's so many different things that I can spend my points. I'm trying to spend them wisely because some things are more important than the sea moth. Like the wind turbines, for example, I think are definitely way more important than this sea moth here. However, these flippers, I can go ahead, I can purchase those. I think those are definitely going to be a very decent upgrade. 16% swim speed. It's not horrible, right? It's not amazing either, but like, it's, you know, you kind of feel it, especially when you have the turtle shell on. I mean, you kind of feel it. Like, it's not like amazing, right? I believe there are better stuff, like maybe enchanting these will make it better whenever we get to enchanting. But I do definitely want to have some better gear later on down the road. But what are we going to be working on today? I think automating a few things. I think I want to switch from resource processing from using the smeltery. I want to process it differently. So I think we're going to be working on processing those things here soon. I do need to get this set back up to basically start processing more organic matter because we now have this set up. So let's go ahead and get all of our organic out of here and set our sieve back up because we now have that diamond sieve, right? So we can utilize this diamond sieve for some more fun stuff. And this room, I think over here is going to become our automation station room because our power is up here. I think I'm going to route some power underneath. We're going to get some ore processing set up on these walls. And we also need to start thinking about how are we going to expand our base? How are we going to continue to expand it and make it practical? So that's another thing that I need to focus on today. But I mean, without further ado, we do need to get some machines made. So let's make a pulverizer, and we also need to make a powered furnace. So all I have to do now is get the pulverizer made and the redstone furnace. So a little bit of crafting going on behind the scenes that you may notice now. I'm going to be kind of moving a lot of those like long crafts are definitely not going to be something that I am going to show a lot. And the reason behind that is because I know it can be kind of boring watching me craft. You guys want to see more. You guys want to see the tech and stuff and the automation. I completely don't blame you. So I just wanted to kind of, you know, clear that up while I'm working on all this. So down here, I need to route our cables around. That is gonna be something fun I get to do because I didn't, like I said, last time I played around with these, I didn't realize they were water loggable. Like they actually connect like that. Like that's so cool. So yeah, these are gonna get routed just like this, right around and connect. I'm gonna have to make some more. There also is another power cable that we could potentially use as well. I just haven't really messed with those pipes just yet. I haven't made them yet. I'm not too worried. It's from the pipes mod, and you will see that that is something that we will be working on later on, as it's required to complete some chapters. But we are getting into some automation. Like this should be exciting. Like this is exciting for me because we no longer have to utilize the smeltery. Like we don't have to utilize the smeltery over and over again. And let's go ahead and get some simple automation set up for these machines. So I have a bunch of ore in my inventory, and I also have some chests. And I think what I'm going to do it the way that I normally end up setting these up. We have an input chest up here. We have an output chest. Of course, I can expand these, and I probably should do that. Make these chests a little bit larger there. and we can set anything to the side here. But we definitely need this buffer chest. The pulverizer is going to pulverize things, and we sometimes will get a byproduct. And that byproduct I want to linger in here instead of just clogging up the pulverizer, so we don't end up stopping traffic, basically. And then I am going to need to auto input here, input, and then we'll output everything to this chest. And then we'll pull in from this chest, and we'll output everything into this chest. Right? Understandable. Okay, so how do we speed this up and make things faster? Well, we do need to get some augments in here. I notice it doesn't really talk a little bit about augments, though. But augments are definitely going to make this go way quicker. Even if we just use the base tier, we get 4 of the augments in there. However, the augments aren't cheap by any means. But we should have plenty of material. Like lead is one of the main materials that we need. I love how like we needed apparently a stack of everything. So weird. A stack of silver. I don't know if I have a stack of silver. Yeah, we're gonna be using lead because those are gonna be lead gears, and this is what I'm gonna be making right here are the linkage amplifiers. Increase process speed, but reduce the RF energy. So this should, but if this is the right one, I'm pretty sure this is the right one. I'm gonna be telling you guys all the wrong things. But yeah, this right here. So as you can see, it's gonna require electrum plates and some gears. So I am gonna also need to probably make some more electrum, which is just silver and gold. So now that I have some of the linkage modifiers, let's go ahead and take a look at the speed at which it increases. Like it is, like I said, significantly faster at processing things. I only had enough though to make what I have now, but we can, for example, if we want to speed things up over here, throw them in here because they're going to work as well in these machines. Of course, we eventually want to work on getting the main upgrades for these, but like I said, this is a nice early start, and it does increase our RF usage to now 100 RF per tick for these two machines, where they were a base of 20. But we're producing a minimum of like at least 400 RF per tick from these, so we are plenty well off. So I think I have a plan. I think I have a plan to get to the Nether today, if at all possible. Like if that's even a thing. I could be like looking over something, but I feel like this is definitely leading us to the end. If we dabble a little bit in the machines section, we see that there's a blast chiller, and the blast chiller is going to allow us to make obsidian. And well, over here in our exploration section, we do have a Nether section called the Nether, and it says enter the Nether, create a portal and enter the Nether. So I'm assuming the Nether is just normal, and to get there, well, it's just another step, you know, along this path. And I don't know what to expect from the Nether, honestly. It could be anything. It could be a void. It could be completely covered in water, which would be very weird. I don't know what to expect. But if it's like a normal Nether, that kind of changes things. And, well, that'd be, I mean, unless there's some kind of negative effect for living in the Nether. I mean, I don't honestly know what that is. By the way, I just realized, oh, I needed this gear. Yeah, I am doing a little bit of crafting here. I told you guys I wouldn't, but I am doing a little bit. Because as you can see, this right here, igneous extruder, that sort of solves our mixed materials issue. We sort of have a mixed materials issue down here, right? Where cobblestone isn't what we generate everything. Well, in this case, we should just be able to generate specifically cobblestone, allowing us to power our crucibles. And or I think we can make other things as well, like if we really wanted to. I don't know, I guess not. I was gonna say, can we make andesite and stuff, but I guess not. But this blue ice later on down the road we can maybe use. I know pedestals eventually I want to get to, but I did see the recipe for pedestals is kind of crazy. But anyways, we're gonna need 1 bucket of water and lava. I don't know if it requires power or anything. It's been a while since I've used, and this particular one I don't think I've ever used. So let's place it down. No, it literally just looks like it takes some of the same augments we had before, and it just literally takes a bucket of lava and water and generates it freely, which that's awesome. If that's the case. How do you, oh, don't want to do that. Wow. Okay. Information. Generates various types of substances, requires an adjacent lava source. Wait, so this actually needs like an actual lava source and water source next to it. Uh-oh. We have wood all around this. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and replace this section down here with the igneous extruder. And I don't know if it counts this as being water, but if I do that, it should. And then if I place a bucket of lava here, now we start getting cobblestone, and it's exclusively cobblestone, which is really, really nice. So we can now cover this back up to help prevent fires. Yogi Bear would be proud, and we can now start extracting out of here. And maybe we just pull it directly out of the side. And since these pipes are waterloggable, we can just have them export the items directly to where we need them, which is probably going to go into some fired crucibles to get us a nice little spot for lava gen. So I think this corner might actually be the best place for this. Place that down there, and we'll kind of have a little area that's nice and situated for this. And all we got to do is fill this back in, and then I just need to pipe the cobblestone around and have it connect here into the back. That's going to fill that with cobblestone, and then we just export the lava into a tank here or wherever we feel like having a tank, and then we can utilize that anywhere around the base as well. So here we go. We now got that cobblestone crawling its way over there, and well, we're about to have some lava and hopefully go to the Nether today. Like, I am kind of excited about it. Like, I never know what pack devs think the Nether should be, so I never know like what it's going to be like, how things are going to end up. I don't know. We'll have to find out. All right, so let's go to get this blast chiller set up. This thing is now ready to go. We just need to send it some lava, right? Make sure the input is set over here. Auto input. There we go. And then make sure this is not on wrench mode, and it is on configure fluids, mechanical pipes. Okay. There we go. We're filling it with lava, and it should start now producing stuff. Let's go ahead and take all of these from this machine, and we'll throw the augments into this one, and we are now producing some obsidian. Oh boy, this is probably going to be a little quicker than I thought. So I was taking a look at this and seeing what all lava, like what all this, the heat sources exist. Uranium block is one, and we just unlocked uranium, and I have uranium setting right here. Like, totally enough to be able to do what I'm about to do and blockify this. And this is 100 heat units. Way better than what we're currently using down here. Like, way better. So, uranium it is. That is now 100 heat, so pretty much anything that goes in there is going to be almost instantly turned into lava. Yeah, our lava production is about to get insane. And I can just go ahead and, yeah, grab another one over here. Might as well. I mean, because it's not like we're, you know, destroying this. It's just being turned into a block and being physically used. Wow, okay. So yeah, we already have enough to build a portal. I just noticed that my turtle helmet was about to break, so... of course, I need to use it before the full durability runs off, and I need to make the scuba mask, which, I mean, is going to grant us another coin. Another coin. You know, this really has me thinking that sea bucks are sort of like cryptocurrency. Sort of. By the way, just in case you were wondering, does the scuba mask make me able to breathe underwater? No. And the reason is because I believe we need the rest of the suit. The scuba tank, and then we can breathe underwater, and we also need an electrolytic separator to be able to get oxygen. So yeah, that's something we'll do definitely later on. So I'm kind of thinking, like, where should I put this obsidian? Like, we just unlocked obsidian. By the way, every time I unlock something and I get that little lag, I like want to check and see when we're going to unlock this skill. I did notice vitamin was a reward for later on down the road, and I didn't know. Apparently, if you go underground below Y level 40, you get hit with mining fatigue. I didn't know that. So probably a good thing we haven't started mining down below. But I think I'm going to put my my portal here for right now. And I'm going to do my best to sort of prevent mobs from going into it and coming out of it. So to do that, I'm going to place a fence in front of it like this. And that will help keep these guys out because I don't really want them in there. All right, let's finish building this thing up. And notice I am building it a little bit bigger than probably most would. And just to make it look better. There we go. And there we go. Perfectly. We have it set up perfect. Let's go in and let's just check real quick. Fingers crossed. What is it? I'm so Please tell me. No, it's a void. I mean, we could build in a void, but it's a void. Also, is this thing still also affected by the height limit? I hope not, but it's a void. Oh, man. So that must mean that jetpacks are definitely going to be a thing that is needed to be made. I know jetpacks are in here, so that's something that we're definitely going to work towards then. It's going to be a must. Otherwise, there's no way we're going to be able to adventure into this nether. So I was kind of thinking to myself, you know, since we are looking at the exploration tab, I think everything is sort of locked behind a particular section. This one being vitamins is a quest reward for completing CC7. This removes mining fatigue. CC7 is this down here, which we almost can do, except for this, the wither skeleton. So we are going to have to go there and fight off mobs. We have to create ourselves a jetpack at least. So that is something that we're gonna have to work towards. Also notice this ice here. To make ice, right, we use let's see, we can get normal ice. Normal ice comes from the blast chiller with water. So we have the ability to make this. It's gonna take an awfully long time, I would assume, to make 64 blue ice, unless there's another way of doing it. And then cobalt, I don't exactly know. I think this comes from sieving, I believe, yeah, it comes from compressed. Okay, so it comes from crushed netherrack. We are going to have to somehow make netherrack, and that's a whole thing in itself. So if I do follow the quest lines, I'm trying my best. We have compact machines that we need to get into. Funny thing, it shows this image, but we still have no good way of building that high above the water. That would be kind of impractical at the moment because we do take damage. Planes, can't really use planes yet because we take damage. We can't make this because we can't make the compact machines just yet, unless we make a giant room specifically for it. But we can get into the nether section. Okay. So this is probably gonna be the fastest way to get ice. However, I do need this to be, yeah, there we go. Input. Perfect, so that's gonna produce ice. We just need to get a chest next to it, and we can start collecting that ice that way. I did see that netherrack isn't gonna be super horrible to make. We should be able to handle that pretty well. We just need to get ourselves some witch water and stuff produced, and then we can start making this stuff. So this is gonna move us into the fun of making witch water, and I say fun lightly. So apparently to make witch water, we need, actually we could probably do it here, and actually would work a little bit better. So we can make an infinite amount of witch water by placing this here, and then filling this with our basic mechanical pipes with lava that we now have automated. Well, that kind of made it a little bit convenient. So we send lava into here. Everything you knew about X-Hilo is kind of out the window here, right? So, oh, nope. Light my base on fire. So yeah, this turns into witch water now. And then the witch water is then going to be used to make soul sand. So we need sand in here. The similar way, like the old way that you used to do this, is still the same, but making the witch water is the weird part. So now we just need to grab some sand, and I guess we could just use a hopper. We can kind of automate this ish. You know what, instead of a hopper, we'll just use our pipes, logistical pipes, and that'll make things a little bit easier. We'll just need 2 chests and or barrels, and we can automate this pretty quickly. So just like this, we should have that set up. We'll set sand in here. So I'll have that export, and then this will export that way. Sand in. And then it's just going to, like I said, take time, and we'll produce ourselves some soul sand. Now, we also need soul soil, and it looks like we get that from witch water and doing it again. Witch water and soul sand. So I actually need to probably stop this process real quick and place a piece of soul sand back into this to get 1 piece of soul soil, because we're going to need soul soil to be able to produce netherrack. And we're going to set up, we're basically going to be replacing one of our extra setups that we have over here. I have 2 of these set up. One of these is going to be set up to get ourselves netherrack. So like I said, netherrack is going to need lava and blue ice. And you have the netherrack right here that is going to be produced so long as soul soil is underneath. So let's go ahead and get that all set up. And if you didn't know, you can actually craft blue ice. We're going to need a little bit of the packed ice here, or the little bit of the ice that we're making. And we just make packed ice. It's like just compressing ice. And then we will get blue ice. So, like I said, we are going to replace, I think, I guess I can go ahead and do this one right here. We can go ahead and start replacing it. So we can, for the most part, leave just about everything set up. I need to put my block breaker back. Once I set this back up, it's going to break this block. As you can see, I have soul soil there. Lava is underneath this. And all I got to do is place this back. And make sure that everything still should be set up. We'll set the top to push. Now it's going to be breaking netherrack. And there we go. We now have some netherrack collection. Almost forgot, this does require me to collect an entire bucket of lava here. Of witch water. Which means I need to stop this in order to grab that, in order to complete our whole section here. Yep, I'm going to need this to fill up. As you can see, it is going a little bit slower. Our cobblestone rate, I believe, is fast enough. So really the factor is the ignis extruder is just that slow. So we might need to figure out other methods of getting more cobblestone to these guys. At least the base upgrades for these machines aren't like super expensive. And even moving up into the second tier of these machines are honestly pretty cheap. So we can get these things speeding up pretty quick. So long as we have a sufficient power to be able to feed to them, like making this harden. I mean, for example, like at least getting to this, which we'll be able to do soon, is going to be nice. But I can, for one, I think stick this upgrade in here and make this go a little bit faster. Now it's producing 2 for every one, right? So eventually we might end up getting a backup because now this pipe is probably being pushed, yeah, near to its limits as far as output. So let's see what all this has to offer here. I mean, this is literally how much I've gathered in like a little bit of time, while I've been working on some other stuff like the upgrades. Oh yeah, I have to recompress this, right? So yeah, let's recompress. And sieve. Okay, so we got pretty much everything that, it offers, which is kind of crazy because some of the stuff has a pretty low drop rate, but I guess it makes sense because I am using a heavy sieve. So yeah, we are technically sieving a lot more of the stuff. And so we're getting blaze, we're getting cobalt, which is really nice for making swords and a few other things. So it's gonna be really cool to use to make some nice tools and such, like a pickaxe with cobalt. Oh, really, really good tool. And then we're also gonna need lots of nether quartz because that is going to lead us into refined storage stuff. As soon as we have enough nether quartz and such. I don't know how, I guess slime, we can make it in the smeltery by like hurting ourselves. Which is a thing. And slime and string, I'm assuming the recipes are the same. I have no idea. Knowing this pack, they are probably not. But look at all the gold. So we got solarium dust, glowstone. I can't wait till we get into the section like where we are basically taking mobs and we can put them inside of a little block and get all their drops. That's gonna be really cool. But yeah, this is now going a little bit faster, as you can see, and we are getting a lot of the ice, like a lot of the ice, which is really nice. Like I am blazing through this section and I didn't even realize I was doing it. Like look at that, we already almost have cobalt. I mean, I can throw it in here and we will have cobalt in like a matter of seconds. Now, mushrooms. Obtain when sieving soul sand. So we will get this from sieving soul sand. Ooh, so should we do that as well? We have a bit of soul sand built up already. Almost a whole stack. Now, we should be able to compress soul sand, right? Compressed soul sand? Oh yeah, we should at least get some drops from this. Oh yeah, pretty much all of them. Very nice. I think the only thing I haven't gotten yet is a gas tier. Oh, we just got a gas tier. Yes. This is progression, guys. This is progression. I know it may look like tedium, but it is progression, I promise. It's so funny that I was just asking about slime. Like I was like, how am I gonna get slime? And I see this is connected here and it says slimy. Yeah, I guess this because we can take witch water and mushrooms and make entire slime blocks. That's actually pretty cool. Like, we can already get some of those made, like, right now. Like, by throwing that in there. That'll get us 9 slime blocks. That's pretty nice. So, it wants us to set up our mob farm and somewhat automate it. Well, I have a way of maybe doing this. And also, it would kind of help. And it involves a timer, which we should be able to use. A timer should emit a redstone pulse. And so we could just use this from RF Tools. And, I mean, it's actually pretty cheap to make. It literally requires an RF Tools machine base. And then we just need a clock, like an actual golden clock, which is very, very simple to make as well. Redstone and all of this. Let's see, timer. This thing is a pretty nice tool. So... yeah, as you can see, that's all it is, and redstone. So let's go ahead and get this made up, and we're going to use this to basically turn on and off a dispenser that is going to hold witch water. It wants us to kill wither skeletons, and we can do that from our simple mob farm that we have set up. I just have to kind of create a little bit of a tunnel to be able to dispense this, and it needs to be about 8 blocks back, because that's how far water will flow. So let's go ahead and get this thing built. So since we're after a very particular thing, which is a head, I figure I'll go ahead and make the broadsword. I'm going to use cobalt as the main sword part. I'm going to use silver for the large plate here. So let's go ahead and get the silver casted out. And then I'm going to use copper and iron for our tough handles. And the reason I'm going with at least iron is so we have a little bit of magnetic, because our mob farm doesn't have a good way of, you know, pulling items to us. Also, the copper is going to give us a little bit of extra experience when we kill things as well. This thing is going to be a pretty interesting looking weapon when we're done with it. Not going to lie. I think I'm going to go like that. Pretty cool. We have ourselves a cobalt silver cleaver. And what is the damage? 10 damage on this. Not bad. And it does give us increased chances of getting skulls from these guys. And as you can see, it does a pretty decent amount of damage now. We can almost wreck these guys. And this is even modified. We can add redstone to this thing and make it like incredibly fast, or increase the damage with quartz. All kinds of cool stuff we can do. You know, I thought that would give us magnetic, but I guess it gives us a thing called sturdy. So we have beheading 2, dwarven, lightweight, smite, and sturdy. Man, I wish that was magnetic. I could really use some magnet. And after quite a while of farming, it definitely makes me want to change my mob farm and like fix it and make it a better mob farm. So after a while of farming back and forth, we finally got the wither skeleton skull. As you can see, a bit of farming here of a bunch of different random stuff. So much gunpowder. I'll tell you what, witches spawn so frequently over there. It's absolutely ridiculous. But guys, I think it's time to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to go to, I'm going to try and pronounce it. I'm trying my best. Jananas, I think is how you pronounce it. I hope that's right. It's Jananas, right? Jananas Masuda Gurada. I tried. It's a really long name. But thank you so much for your amazing support over on Patreon. And guys, if you're interested in becoming a patron, just like I can't even say it again. I've already forgotten. If you want to become a patron, just like him, I really appreciate you checking out the link down in the description below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.